Hello and welcome to LEGO Illuminated. In this video we'll be installing the Lightailing kit for the LEGO UCS Y-Wing Starfighter number 75181. Being a Lightailing kit, it means it's all pre-connected official LEGO pieces with LEDs glued into them. I don't think this is going to take too long. So let's get stuck in. One thing I will say, untangling this mess of cable took me a while. It was a bit of a messy bundle. Right, so let's say we're starting at the cockpit end. And unfortunately, because of the size of the kit and my camera setup, I'm not going to get to see a lot of the kit itself. Okay, so it looks like the whole of that bottom, essentially stripping the whole of the bottom of the cockpit section. We'll see how we get on. Actually, I don't know if this will come off nicely in one piece. Oh, nanny. Yeah, there we go. Back together. Let's put it back in my place. Yeah, and that base plate and these little side wedges need to come off as well. Not sure if that 4x1's supposed to come off, but we'll see. Okay. And starting with the lights for guns up front. And yeah, I think cable management on this thing is going to be interesting. So, just lift those. Take one of the cables up. Okay, interesting. Looks like we're going to replace these circular 2x2s. Yeah, so they're coming off. Well, that's those. As we have two replacements with lights on. So right, I'm going to do, so it looks like all the cable runs back towards the back of the kit. I'll put this one on this side and with the cable running under there, so I can take it back that way and take this one across, put that there, because then I can hide that cable under the stuff I've just removed, and that will allow me to run this up to this gun. Yeah, a bit of a tight fit. And we have the second gun, which will be just as much of a tight fit. Actually, that one wasn't as bad. And then the cables for those can come down. I wonder if I can just spin that, just wrap the cable around that slightly, and same with this one. Yeah, that's the guns installed. Okay, yeah, and it wants to take this cable under these. There. Lift it out too far. Oh, actually. Yeah. Might be easier just to take it down the side, to be honest. Yeah. Took it away. And then that should be fine, and then that will have to be kept in place once the other piece comes on. Right. Yeah, now we can put these pieces back. Interesting to see how this works. There's not a lot of slack there. That can sit between those. So it's going to be just as easy to run that against that wall there. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take this 4x1 and actually put that under the cable because I don't think there's actually enough slack. And even then, actually, you might have to turn that round by 1. Yeah, that should do it. So actually run them up there. Might actually push this back round. Just give yourself a bit more slack. So running them straight up that piece there, so it'll run between those lugs, and that should hold that in place. And then hopefully this piece will go in. It might actually make more sense to put that piece in first. Thinking about it. Yeah. So that holds that in nicely, and then that piece can hold those in place. And then a similar situation here. But I think what I'm going to do there is run that down the side there, because I don't need to take up as much slack, and all of this will just be hidden underneath. Right, what we're doing is taking this cable down the length of the kit. So I'm going to use this piece, just taken off here, to hold these cables in place. Then put this piece back. Those flaps can go back down because they don't fall off. And yeah, that's going to be a tight fit, but yeah, that's back in place. And then this one just pops on top there. Okay, we're now jumping down the kit a bit further. Taking this off. And that. Let's put that to one side. all the way down, and it looks like we're taking this engine off. Yeah, okay. Oh, right, no, what we're doing is just taking that front piece off, and no, not that, and that pink transparent piece. Do that on both sides. So it does not want to come off. That's all we're doing here, as far as I can see. Yeah, just taking these two lights and put them on the end of here. Yeah, and I must admit the tight fits because they haven't been glued on particularly well, I have to admit. They're a bit lumpy. And that one's completely loose. Right. Right. It goes on. And then, yeah, they go on over the top. It's actually going down the other side. So, yeah, it's difficult to see, but yeah, you've got a couple of pieces on the bottom here. If I can show that to the camera, it's only quite awkward. But down here, and then put this back on first. It's only fairly tight, it's not too bad. I'll do the same on this side while I'm at it. Right, and then that runs down and is held in by those pieces we just removed. It's a bit awkward in this angle. Turn it over, it's a bit easier. Not exactly sure why we're taking it that way, but I'm sure there's a method to the madness. As it looks to me like most of the rest of the cables are going underneath, so I've either cocked up big style or these engines are upside down. Which might actually well be the case. Because that would actually explain everything. Right. Turn that round. then works. Things you discover whilst installing lighting kits. Right, now I've made a right mess of all this cable. Okay. See how we get on. Yeah. Sort out this side. A bit strange. Okay, right, that's those cables in place. Here's our next pieces. Are these two? Seems they sit there and there. Okay. That's most of it. Right. That just sits on there. Actually, yeah. Do that. Run these cables underneath. Hold them in place. And then they all run up to here. So hold in place by that one. And do the same on this side. Okay. It's a little bit messy, and now we're continuing on to the rear and taking. Yeah, we've got 3 of those. All this is coming to the back. So this is all going to run under these, and that's. These off. essentially what we're doing here is replacing these 3 discs on the back. So we have actually, no, we're just replacing 2 of them, it seems. As we only have 2, they're different. So, okay, yeah. They just clip on there. Turn that round so the cable runs under those clips. So what I've done there is just run that cable underneath so you can then put that piece back on and it holds those cables in place. Right, now we can turn this over. See where these go. Right, so what we're doing here is replacing, pull the whole thing out, replacing these. That one and this one. And to do that, I dismantle quite a bit of this rear section. Okay, and yeah, I think what I do here, yeah, I can hook that up into this piece here, and just clip that in. That should sit nicely. Okay. And not giving me a lot of slack there, I must admit. I think what I have to do is actually move these centre pieces. See if I can run it down there. Yeah, that seems to have worked. And these can go back. still need to replace. Looking at that one there. Okay, I've replaced all of that rear section, so that's now back the way it should be. Oh, yeah, so we've got a bit of cable management to do on that. But onto the final leg, I think, anyway. Because all we have left is that, which is going all the way down to the cockpit. Yeah. So move these out of the way. So don't need them at the moment. We'll need those in a sec. Right. And that's off. Okay, so what we're doing is putting the light on this little piece here. And the question is, how do we get the cable to it? I'm tempted. That goes in there, okay. And that's the easiest option, would just be to run it along the side and then out the base. Like so. Yeah, that seems to work. And put the gun back in place. And there we just have a bit of cable management to sort out. So yeah, I have managed to run it under this piece here and round, held it in place with that piece, had to take this piece of pipe out to run it underneath there, and spent a bit more time. I could probably tidy it up a bit more, but you know, it's considering the kit itself, it's not, doesn't seem that out of place. Now I just need to finish off the base or the bottom and just tidy this up. First order of business, and put this back on. Fairly sure that is done. Nothing more to do there. And now it's just a case of sorting out all this. Do have a little piece of shrink wrap or whatever there to help control matters, but first things first, this can go back, that can hold that in place, and then we have this, which I don't remember how this went on now. Okay, yeah, that's in the one place. Yeah, it fell off earlier, I put it back in the one place. So that needs to go further back. If I can hide more stuff under there, but I think it's going to be tricky. nuts on there. Oh, there's lots of cables in the way, which makes it a bit more of a challenge. Okay, yeah, there we go. Here's the final model with the lights on, so you can see it all lit up now. Thank you for watching, and if you found the video useful or interesting, please feel free to hit the like button, and if you want to see more of these sort of videos, hit subscribe. Thank you again, and goodbye.